Aquaman was released in 2018. It was directed by James Wan and it stars Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, Willem Dafoe, Patrick Wilson, and many others. And it tells the story of Arthur Curry, aka Aquaman, as he goes on a quest to take over the throne of Atlantis and defeat his evil twin brother, who is acting as king. Okay, so what did I think of Aquaman? It's a perfectly fine movie. It's okay. There's definitely some flaws with this movie, but there's also some positives, quite a few. Jason Momoa is fucking awesome in this movie. This is the best I have ever seen him as Aquaman. Yes, I like him here more than I do in the Snyder Cut, but we'll get to that later. I thought he was very fun in the role. He's a terrific action lead. I thought he was great in the action sequences, the many action sequences that are in this movie. This movie is fucking action packed. There is tons of action in this movie. It definitely won't make you feel bored a whole lot during the 2.5 hour runtime. We'll get to the runtime later. Also, a lot of the visuals are really fucking good too. There's some beautiful fucking visuals in this movie. The visuals, I will also get into the cons a little bit later on, but for the most part, the visuals are fucking awesome. I love the visuals in this, especially the trench sequence. That is my favorite action sequence in this movie. It is exhilarating, and I like how kind of frightening they kind of make that scene too. There's a lot of tension in that sequence. I really enjoyed that. Also, just this movie's sense of adventure I thought was fucking awesome. I know a lot of superhero movies are kind of listed in adventure genre kind of, but this is one of the few that really makes you feel like you're going on an adventure with the main characters. This movie's sense of adventure is absolutely phenomenal. But also, not only is there lots of action in this movie, the action scenes are fucking awesome too. The action scenes are great. You get lots of very neat kind of camera movements. The fight choreography is great. I really loved all of the action in this movie. This movie, for the most part, goes at a fast pace too. There's not a whole lot of downtime in this movie. There is a bit, and when it does, it shows. But for the most part, this movie does move at a pretty good pace. Yeah, Willem Dafoe was good in this movie. Patrick Wilson was an awesome fucking villain too. There's two villains in this movie, and Patrick Wilson is easily the better one of the two. Okay, so do I have any issues with Aquaman? Yep. Like I said, even though there's some really great visuals in this movie, there's also other visuals that are very noticeable, especially green screen. During the underwater scenes, there's times where it doesn't look noticeable, and then there's other times where it looks very noticeable. Yeah, it's just the visual effects are kind of a mixed bag in this movie. Also, this movie is too fucking long. I would say I would have cut out at least maybe 15-20 minutes out of this movie, and it would have moved at a smoother pace. It's not aggressively too long or anything. This movie doesn't drag a whole lot, but the parts that drag do really drag and grind this movie to a halt. So yeah, I would say this movie could have used a cut by 15-20 minutes. It is a bit too long. Also, Amber Heard. I'm not saying this just because Amber Heard is a piece of shit human being, but Amber Heard's performance in this movie is fucking terrible. And her chemistry with Jason Momoa is even worse. I don't buy those two as a couple whatsoever. They don't work well off each other. They don't have good romantic chemistry, and they don't have good comedic chemistry. And I don't buy them as friends either. It's kind of... And it's a big chunk of this movie too, so that's kind of a big issue. Other than that, Aquaman is a perfectly fine, very fun movie. It's just a fun way to kill off 2.5 hours. It's not perfect, but for the most part, it's a very entertaining watch. Very good, fun superhero adventure movie. I am going to give Aquaman a B.